Have you ever wondered if the quote unquote free Universal Express Pass, which comes with some of the Signature Collection hotels at Universal Orlando, is actually worth it or not? Or is this just a clever marketing trick? Well, today I'm about to break down the shocking truth behind Universal Orlando's top hotels, which are offering this perk. And if you stay tuned until the end of this video, I will show you how not going with one of the hotels that gives you that free two park unlimited express pass, it could actually cost you over $1,500 more. And so this is a very important topic, especially if you are in the process of planning and trying to figure out the best Universal Orlando hotel for your next family vacation. So without any further ado, let's go get started. Thank you again so much for checking out this video. Like I said, I'm about to help you figure out, is that free two-park unlimited Universal Express Pass actually worth it or not? But let's start here and let's talk about what Universal Express Pass is and what quote-unquote free really means when it's tied to certain Signature Collection hotels. So at first glance, it sounds amazing, right? Essentially, if you book at one of the three hotels that I'm about to mention, you get a free two-park Universal Express Unlimited Pass with your stay. It's going to be for each guest in your room, and it's also going to include check-in and check-out day. So here's where it gets complicated, right? Because you are getting their quote-unquote premium product that will allow you to skip the lines within the parks. However, there's a lot of chatter online, and I even have seen it myself within the nightly rates, that Universal is essentially baking the price of the Express Pass into the hotel rates. And that's why we're about to break down all the options to help you figure out, well, is that true or not? So now let's jump over to the basics, and here's everything you need to know when trying to figure out if this is going to save you money or not. Like I said, there are three Signature Collection hotels that at this point in time do include the two-park Universal Unlimited Express Pass, and that is going to be Loews Portofino Bay Resort, Loews Royal Pacific Resort, Loews Hard Rock Resort. The reason why this is important for me to even confirm this is there are now 5 Signature Collection hotels, like I said, but that is new. There are 2 brand new Signature Collection hotels. One is Sapphire Falls, and then one is another brand new hotel that just opened up at Epic Universe, which is Helios Grand Hotel. And so to confirm, Sapphire Falls and Helios Grand Hotel do not include the free two-park express pass. Okay, over to the next important thing. Don't forget, I'm saying this a lot because two-park Universal Express Pass means Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios Florida. There are no hotels at this point in time that include an Express Pass to Epic Universe. I've already said it, but it's good to confirm again. The Express Pass that is included at these hotels is for both check-in and check-out date. And another reason why I'm creating this video is Universal actually has some new Express Pass options, which makes, these comparisons a lot more complicated, and that's what we're going to show you. So at this point in time, the Express Pass options that you need to know about when trying to figure out is this worth it or not for you is going to be the two-park Universal Express Unlimited Pass. This is the one that comes for free when you stay at those 3 hotels. But we now also have a 2-day, 2-park Universal Express Unlimited Pass. So it's pretty much, I don't want to say bundle and save, but you're pretty much getting 2 days worth of the unlimited 2-park Express Pass. We have not had this ticket in the past. So this is why you need to be running these numbers. Another important Express Pass that you'll need to understand when figuring this out is a 1-day Epic Universe Express Pass. The reason being is we also now have multi-day 3-park express passes. So for the topic of this video, we have a 3-day Universal Express Pass, which is going to include the 3 parks, which are Universal Studios Florida, Islands of Adventure, and Epic Universe. Volcano Bay is still a completely separate express pass. We're not talking about it in this video. Okay, so how do you figure out if it is worth it or not? So here's what we did. We broke down a couple nights and we did a stay from November 13th to the 16th for a family of 4. Now, the reason why I did this sort of stay is this would allow 1 day at each of the main, Universal Orlando theme parks, excluding Volcano Bay. And so here is how we believe you need to compare this. And to start, we are going to look at every hotel compared with purchasing the 2-day, 2-park Universal Express Unlimited Pass. Okay, and so you're going to see there's going to be a lot of numbers. We're doing tips and numbers in this video. It's just the way that we have to do it to break it down. But I did do every single Universal Orlando official hotel. So as you can see here, the first little chart that I have up is going to be your average cost per night. So we have Terra Luna, Cabana Bay, Stella Nova, Aventura Hotel, Endless Summer Dockside, Endless Summer Surfside, Loews Sapphire Falls, Helios Grand Hotel, Lowe's Portofino Bay, Lowe's Royal Pacific, and the Hard Rock Hotel. Here is your total cost for the 3 nights. And then over here, we have it broken out from an average price per night. Now, the important thing that we do have to kind of keep in mind is down here, we have these 3 hotels down here: Portofino Bay, Royal Pacific, Hard Rock Hotel. This is going to include the free 2 park express pass for each person in this room. And so since we're doing the 3 main parks, you have 3 days. What I'm saying is within these hotel prices right here, these 3, you pretty much have 2 days worth of express passes absolutely free that you can use. You have more than that, but I'm just assuming that you're really only going to get 2 days out of it. And so what do we have to do to figure out, are these prices worth it? Well, just like it sounds, we need to figure out, well, how much would a 2-day express pass actually cost me? And that's where this comparison comes in. So what we did here was we have our hotel cost right here. Then we have the cost of a 2-park, 2-day express pass, which is an express unlimited. And that will give me my total cost here. And then what we did was I can see that Lowe's Royal Pacific was the cheapest Signature Collection hotel that will allow you to get that free express pass. So just like it sounds, we're going to do hotel cost plus the price of the 2-park, 2-day express pass. And then we're going to see what the difference is. And we have that right here. So for Terra Luna Resort, it is coming in at $604 cheaper. For Cabana Bay, it's coming in at $572 cheaper. For Stella Nova Resort, we are at $396 cheaper. For Aventura Hotel, we are at $341 cheaper. For Endless Summer Dockside, we're at $555 cheaper. Endless Summer Surfside, we're at $590 cheaper. Here's where it starts to go in reverse. For Sapphire Falls, it's actually going to cost you $418 more to purchase the 2-day 2-park express pass separately. And then Helios Grand Hotel, it's actually going to cost you over $1,500 more to purchase those 2-day 2-park express pass tickets by itself. Down here, it's pretty much a wash, right? Because it's already included in the price, so we don't have to add it on. But this is your cost, essentially, to get the 2 days worth of express passes for free. So as you can see, will you automatically save money? No, this is for a family of 4. It's important for me to note that. Will you automatically save money? No. But here's, I guess, where you need to make this decision for yourself, where is it worth it or not? And that's where you have to try to say, okay, well, especially when it comes to something like this, if you're staying at Aventura, sure, you're going to save $341, but should you spend it to get the nicer amenities and the nicer hotel that comes with a Signature Collection? My honest opinion is for the $341, yes, absolutely. I think it's worth it, but it also depends, like, are you going to take advantage of the pool? Do you prefer to walk to Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios Florida? That's something that you have to figure out for your family. But this is how you should be looking at it to try to make that decision, because I guarantee you it's a lot easier to try to figure out, yeah, it is worth it, it's not worth it, when you actually know what the delta is. $600, but now you're almost doubling it. Maybe it's not worth it. Maybe you prefer to be a little bit closer to Epic Universe. You'd rather save the $600 and you can spend it on food or souvenirs, whatever it might be. So this is kind of how you should be looking at it. And I have a few more, but I know this can be a lot. I know planning a Universal Orlando vacation can be confusing, and it can be a lot, especially when you're looking at all of the options. That's what we're here for. If you do need help planning a Universal Orlando vacation and you're a little overwhelmed, just be sure to go check out theparkprodigy.com. We are you preferred Universal travel agents, and we will take the stress out of planning your next Universal Orlando vacation. You could see we do this all day, every day, and this is kind of what we're doing for our clients as they're trying to figure out which hotels they should stay at. Okay, so over to the next comparison though, and like I said, you do get it for check-in and check-out date. So what I'm doing here in this first comparison, like I said, is I'm assuming that you're only going to use your Express Pass for 2 days. But what if you decided that you wanted to go into the parks and use your Express Pass on your checkout date, which is very popular, it's very common. Guests can leave their bags with concierge back at their hotel, and they can go and they can enjoy the parks. So what happens when we add, let's say, a 3rd day of that Universal Express Pass to the mix? So what I did here is I actually went and I pulled in a 1-day Express Pass ticket for 4 guests. And so what happens is once you add that checkout date to this analysis, and once you add that you are going to use that express pass for a third day, you could see here the numbers reverse. And as you can see, it's pretty much going to be worth it in every single scenario. From the low side of Terra Luna, where you're saving $77, again, all the way up to the high side, which is really Helios Grand Hotel. But I would say that's a bad comparison just because Helios is so popular. It just, people are overpaying to stay at that hotel. But I would say right here is probably, again, in the middle. You're going to save around $300, which I think, again, no brainer. If you know you're going to use that express pass on your checkout date and you realize like, hey, I can get a Signature Collection hotel that just gives this to me for free, why would I not go with it? Okay, and of course you might be thinking, well, no, hey, Mike, thanks for running through these numbers. This seems like a no-brainer. But of course, wait, there's one more scenario that we have to look at. And like I said, I'm breaking down essentially 3 days in your park. We already established that by staying in one of these hotels, you would have an express pass for free, right, to the original two parks, Islands of Adventure and Universal Studios Florida. That does not include Epic Universe. So what do we have to do? How do we make that comparison? Well, if you remember from the beginning of my video, Universal does have a 3-day, 3-park express pass now. So essentially, if you know that you want the express pass for each of the main Universal Orlando theme parks, that might be the best option for you. It ranges from a 2-day, 3-park all the way up to a 5-day, 3-park express pass ticket. So for this analysis, what we're doing is we're doing the hotel cost plus the cost of a 3-day, 3-park express pass. Well, then we have to do a comparison. We have to say if this 3-day, 3-park express pass includes 1 day worth of express at Epic Universe, how much is it going to cost if I stayed at one of those Signature Collection hotels and then added a 1-day Epic Universe Express Pass? What does that analysis look like? What we did was I have the 3-park, 3-day Universal Express Pass cost here, and we're going to take the hotel plus that 3-day, 3-park Express Pass, and that's going to give you your total cost for your hotel and your 3-day Express Passes, which include Epic Universe. Then we have to do, okay, we're going to do Signature Collection. We're not going to add a 3-day, 3-park Express because we already have a free Express Pass for 2 parks, right? We only need to add the Express Pass price for Epic Universe, which is right here. It comes for 4 guests, comes to $766 total. And then so we say, okay, so what is the delta? What could I possibly save? Again, I went with the cheapest option, which was Lowe's Royal Pacific at $3,348. And we tried to figure out, well, how much would I save by just going with that 3-day, 3-park Express Pass? And so as you can see on the right, it was pretty substantial. And so now this is where I really think families are going to say, well, no, it's not worth it. I'd rather just, if I know I'm going to buy the Express Pass for Epic, I'd rather just go with Terra Luna or Stella Nova. The one caveat here, and the important thing to keep in mind, is this 3-day, 3-park Express Pass, these are not unlimited Express Passes. However, I don't know if that's really a deal breaker for most people, especially if you're going over multiple days. If you have an express pass like this where oh, hey, well, I can go on Hagrid's Magical Creatures Motorbike Adventure once today, but then I could circle back and do a park-to-park ticket, and I could circle back to this ride tomorrow and go on it again tomorrow. Is the unlimited express pass worth $1,000 to you? I guess that's what you have to try to figure out. Me personally, absolutely not. I just don't, especially if you're only coming for 3 days and you're trying to get on everything. There's a lot going on in the theme parks. It's a lot that goes into planning these trips. I don't think it's worth the extra $1,000. But let's run through these numbers. And as you can see here, so for Terra Luna, you will save $1,114. For Cabana Bay, you're at $1,082. For Stella Nova, you're at $906. For Aventura, you're at $851. For Endless Summer, you're at $1,065. Endless Summer Surfside, you're at $1,100. Lotus Sapphire Falls is kind of this real surprise here because you would only potentially save $92. I don't know if it's worth it or not at that price. And I love Sapphire Falls. I really do. But that is surprising to me. At Helios Grand Hotel, we're actually overspending $1,054. And then you could see here, Lowe's Portofino Bay is coming in at $1,025, more than Royal Pacific. And Hard Rock is $260 more than Royal Pacific. And so there it is, everyone. That's kind of how I would figure out, well, is the free Universal Express Pass worth it or not? As you could see, the conclusion here is really, in some situations, yes, and in some situations, no. But that's also why we're in business, just because it's not one size fits all. A lot of times, there are You have to figure out what is right for you and your family. And I think the main focus of this video is trying to help you figure that out. So I do hope that this video was helpful. If you have not already subscribed to our channel, just be sure to subscribe, as I have a lot more similar videos just like this coming out in the coming weeks. And like I said, if you do need a little additional help planning that next Universal Orlando vacation, just go check out our website, theparkprodigy.com. And as a thank you for sticking around all the way till the end of this video, I actually have a special promo code that you can go use on our website to save an extra $50 off your next Universal Orlando vacation. And that promo code is going to be MAGIC50. But I think that's all the time we have for today. Thank you all again so much for checking out this video. And until next time, I will talk to you soon.